right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it. You can lose all your money. Good morning, everybody. So, first off, right off the bat, we have some high impact news coming out at 8:30. And a lot of it. Morning, Peter. Morning, morning. Let's see here. It's a nice little spike there. Market's kind of going already, anticipating this move. So, what I did also, because the market might be pretty crazy for NQ. I mean, look at it; it's already getting wild. I went ahead and opened my YM workspace because it might be too crazy for me this morning. Let me see something here. I used to use Tick Strike for a good while, and then I stopped because I wasn't really doing simplicity much. And I actually recently added it back last night, actually. So I'm just going to have it there. It's great for simplicity, so I figured I might as well since I've been doing simplicity trades again. Oh, is that what it was? Yeah. Trying to get this thing. Good morning. All right. My face was looking a little transparent there for a minute. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is that, I guess, the EU interest rate. I wasn't even watching that. But then we have GDP in about 10, 11 minutes, along with unemployment claims, a few other things. So, yeah, I have my YM market ready just in case if this thing is just untradeable, which it may be for me. All right. Yeah, look at this thing go. Swap over my YM one here in a minute to show that one. Okay. Just making sure I have my copier and everything set before we're takeoff here. Doing a little bit different of a mix on my accounts that I'm trading today, so I'm just making sure it's all copied over correct. Okay. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to use a 15 tick stop today. That one is the one that I pull up for the earnings and all. That's through Apex Investing. So if you use Apex Tools, you'll have a login members area with them, and they have that there. You can also go to forexfactory.com, and that's the news is there as well. But I don't think they have the earnings calendar. Or are you talking about the news on my chart? Okay, the one on the charts. Yeah, that's also an indicator that's with the Apex tools. So that comes with, that's basically on our template. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's a plugin or something. By the way, everybody, I guess while we're sitting here waiting, stay tuned to all my, my Facebook group, my Facebook page and everything, because I'll have a little bit of an announcement this evening, evening. You won't want to miss it. Let's see. Yeah, I may have to. Tick strike lighting up green, but I'm definitely staying out now until after the news, see what it looks like. Good morning. Bon dia, Louis. 2040, change.
Double cluster and cube.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, I use that spreadsheet still, every day. It helps me out. Lance. Good afternoon then. Yeah, Jameson. I also watch a 50 tick. I'll pull that one over. So this is the 50 tick continuum chart. And there's a template for that too. So I use this more so to see if we're in a rangy area or a choppy area. You'll see like usually after about 4 bars, you'll get a breakout. And that's kind of what's happening here. So when I look for a breakout, I want the next bar to close up. And then typically that third bar will make a little run, exactly what it's doing now, a little pullback, and then it'll go. So it might be doing that now. So I really only look at that and down here, these bars on the bottom, that'll tell you if there's any divergence going on. So, for example, if it makes a lower low, but then down here, there's kind of like what we call a big hill, little hill, then market could be divergent on a larger scale. Yes, it does, Lance. Spammers. Let me go knock them out. Let me go give them the boot. So apparently I was trying to research that a little bit. There's not much I can do to keep them out initially. All I can do is just basically keep blocking them when they come in. Those websites and stuff. Let's see. Here we go. Or spam profiles, whatever they are. Yeah, and they just keep coming back. It's ridiculous. What they said they'll do is change, and that's the reason why they don't make an effort to allow you to ban them, because what they'll do is they'll change one little character in their name, like a period or something, and they'll just come back. This drives me crazy. All right, so I'm going to swap over here to my YM workspace real quick, see what's going on. See, YM, this is the craziness for YM. Not much crazy. So I might be trading YM today. We'll see. Let me get my stuff right over here. And I trade the same way with YM. Just sometimes ATMs might be different. Yeah, Jameson, that's one of my things that I do. I look for, my favorite is breakouts. I love breakouts. I look for breakouts mainly, but then I mean, I guess it's breakouts all the way around because when I look for simplicity trade or an entry, I typically like to see it might not be an actual, range breakout, but an area that it hasn't been able to move from, and then it goes from there. I look for that, or like yesterday. If you look at my live stream yesterday, I have timestamps. I'm putting timestamps in all my replays now to make it easier so you don't have to sit there for an hour. And the simplicity trade yesterday, I called it out because the 30 tick set up a beautiful third bar sling. It was just a nice setup. And so it told me basically this thing's going long, and it worked out great. So if you want to check that one out.
Double cluster NQ. Potential OP rejection on YM. OP rejection on YM.
Okay. Um,
Double cluster YM.
oh man, hate to hear that, Jeff.
Double cluster YM.
Bill, not sure. I don't have an exact time, but Eastern time, probably somewhere around 7 to 9 p.m., somewhere like that.
OP rejection on NQ. Double cluster YM.
Yeah, Lewis. So, yeah, I get your question there. I mean, and it makes sense.
Double cluster YM.
I think so. Without taking anything else into account, just a plain LRE without looking for those extra confirmations and things that I look for. Um, I mean, I would say that's at least a 50% win rate just based on all of them that I've seen. I haven't actually back tested that, so I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, my stats for the ones I do take run. I average around 70 to 75% win rate, but you know, it makes sense what you're asking because yeah, it is to my discretion on the ones that I take, but I am still it isn't it also has other factors in from the 10 tick, 30 tick, those OPs and things like that that are available for everybody to see. I guess it's just a matter of actually taking, after experience and time comes into play when you start really noticing those things. All right, the news came out. Let's see what it wants to do. Lance, I trade an hour a day, basically. I don't really give myself much more time than that. An hour, maybe a little bit more. Usually if I can't get my trades in by then I shouldn't. I usually got to walk away by then. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad. I mean, I'm getting great feedback, so I it even helps me after I'm done trading. I go and watch my replay, and I try to see just like an athlete watches game film afterwards. So, and I hope it helps other people while I'm doing this for sure. See what NQ did. I'm gonna leave it on NQ for a second just to see, in case if it is manageable, because I do prefer NQ. Yeah, exactly, Todd. It's my discretion, but it's still based on, rules and things that are already there as part of the system. And I will say, over time, you do start developing an eye for certain things, for sure. Okay, so the market did do a big jump, all the way up to settlement, but it's actually not real crazy right now. It might be a little too much for my 20, even a 15, 20 tick stop for an LRE, but we'll see. Yeah, after this initial jump, it's kind of, I mean, it is a little skippy and zippy, but I think I was expecting a little more.
Double cluster and Q.
Man, Jeff, that is huge. Getting in the right mind frame, the right, that get your mindset right. Because anytime I've just really jumped right in and jumped on without going through kind of like my little routine in the morning, it's never really gone right for me. So
Double cluster and Q.
nice. Yeah, since I just added the tick strike back up, I've never used tick strike pre-market. So I may have to mess with the settings a little bit because it's not really lighting up much. And because, you can mess with the sensitivity on it. And pre-market, since there's not as much orders and volume and everything, I may have to make it a little more sensitive, but I'm not too sure. Today was kind of a test run on that to see
Trap orders with exhaustion.
if I need to make any changes.
Setup A, setup B on and Q.
Yeah, that's Mark. I like to also do a little exercise in the morning. Um, I'm usually up a good few hours before I'm trading too. Get that kind of groggy,
Double cluster and
just woke up phase out of me. Mm. Let me check my flux levels. The oh, hold on a second. We are maybe getting a short here. See what happens. Typically, when news pops, market usually likes to come back to around where the price was before the news. A lot of times, not always, but a lot of times it likes to do that. I may take this short here. Have tick strike lighting up to go short. May drop a mini magnet, or it did drop a mini magnet on the 30, so I like that. Oh, that popped down low. That popped down fast. So we got an entry, but we're already about 5 points below the entry. If it retraces, I might get in because I still like this low. I mean, this short. That's not going to retrace for me. That thing popped down too quick. Oh, man, that'd be a nice run. All the way down to the dev. Right back to where price was. Missed that one. That was about a 20-point run right there. Well, can't chase it. Yeah, as soon as it came down and got that entry, it just shot. So I would have got a really bad fill on that, I'm sure, if I would have tried to jump in. That's the other thing. Sometimes that happens where it just jumps when you're about to get in a trade. And when that happens, I just got to back off because you don't want a bad fill. And then you're like, crap, I'm down. I got in down here towards the bottom. Then it starts going back against you. We do have an LRE. Will be up here where this mini magnet laid on the 30 tick, which was an area of support previously. So I don't know if it'll retrace or pull back all the way back up there, but it's kind of a level I'm looking at. If you look at the 30 tick, you see it had a mini magnet on the exact same level, which I'd pull it over, but it's moving up, so I don't want to miss something. But there was a mini magnet, and then it broke the mini magnet and laid a mini magnet on the same exact level. That tells me it's nice and strong. So I may take a short off of it. Well, the LRE is below that now. May get an LRE off this ZOI up here. It's not great because it really didn't go on a beautiful trend. It just had like a nice shoot down, but there's a lot of ZOIs below too. It might give an LRE here, but it might actually break long because, well, now we're at that ZOI. I actually like this. No, that blew right through. Yeah, it sure did want to go get that mini magnet. Now we're going long. We might get a long, actually. Let's see. Yeah, if we get a long above this mini magnet, this one might go. Yep, see, it wanted to go get that mini magnet up there on the 30 tick, and it's bouncing off of it. And that's where I wanted my LRE to go short, but we ended up getting an LRE here. I liked that it was off of this ZOI on the 30 tick. Unfortunately, it blew right through and just wanted to go up to that mini magnet. No, I don't take any trades off the 30 tick. All right, yeah, off that mini magnet on the 30 tick now. There is HD short, laid a paw on top of the mini magnet. Now I'll pull it over, though. There it is. There's that mini magnet I was talking about. If you look left, there's a mini magnet there. Same level, left a mini magnet going down. Now it came up to the mini magnet, laid a pawl with some HD. But these two ZOIs down here kind of blocking it from going further. So we'll see where it wants to go from here. Might be laying another mini magnet on that same right below on the 30 tick. So that might be a strong area. Well, it's not going to do it.
Double cluster NQ.
Yeah, this thing might break long. See if it runs back to settlement or at that ice level, maybe. Might hop in this long if we get it. Hit that ZOI on the 30 tick.
Double cluster YM.
Just trying to break it. All right, I'm in this long.
Cluster YM.
Let's see if it actually goes on a nice run here up to the ice or settlement.
Potential TX on YM. Potential setup.
Hitting that flux, it almost hit that ice. Got a couple ticks away. Let's see if this continues to hold up here.
Cluster YM. Trap orders with exhaust.
Ooh, this thing is...
YM. Setup
That thing ran down on me.
potential OP rejection on YM.
So I'm not sure why it just knocked me out because it didn't hit my stop.
Double cluster YM.
But yeah, it got rejected at that red ice there.
B setup B on NQ.
No, I'm not copying the micros. Okay, now it might be wanting to make its run down. Let's see.
Double cluster and Q.
Something's going on with my accounts here.
Double cluster and Q. Double cluster and Q.
Mhm.
Potential OP rejection on and Q. OP rejection
Oh,
on
I don't know what's
NQ.
going on. Something weird happened, but check out. So we're kind of stuck in this. We're kind of stuck in this range from the -25 dev or zone, I guess, up to the red ice. See if he wants to break out from one of those.
Double cluster and Q.
I mean, it's possible. Sometimes the Euro news has an effect on the markets.
Double cluster YM.
Not really getting much of a read right now. I'm getting more of a market not really sure what it wants to do. So you might try to go run back up and test that red ice area, but right now we're kind of in that zone.
Double cluster and Q.
No, I never really have any problems with my trade copier.
Double cluster and Q.
I might actually have to disconnect from Rhythmic and because something is weird. So check out what YM is doing. Yeah, YM's kind of going sideways here. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna shut down YM because I don't really need it.
Double cluster NQ.
All right, so now we have to wait and be patient.
Double cluster NQ.
What can happen with the trade copier is if like an account doesn't get filled, like if you have a limit order and it doesn't get filled, then on the way back down, or it can get you filled at a wrong time. Or if you hit the close button too many times, it could put you in an order backwards, I believe. All right, so I've had an LRE lose, and I lost on a simplicity trade. Market's not quite doing what I was expecting. And that's why I have my money management. You know, if I lose more than, if I lose my max amount that I set for myself, my money management, then that means one of two things: either the market's bad, or I'm off, or both. So that's exactly why. And over time, you will be profitable as long as you do that. And it happens.
Double cluster NQ. Potential OP rejection on NQ. OP rejection on NQ.
So I wouldn't be looking to go long again until it breaks that upper, let's see, this upper flux kind of ice level, and then you have settlement right above that. So
Double cluster NQ.
yeah, I'm going to restart my rhythmic here. One second. Let me get this thing straight. Still here, just letting y'all know, having trouble getting my rhythmic back going. So that's what I'm doing. Haven't had trouble with rhythmic in a while, but looks like I'm having trouble getting back on. So give me just a few more minutes. All right, sorry about that. I got it back up. But that took me a lot longer than I wanted, so not sure if I'll get another trade. Let's see what happens, what goes on. Something was happening. Something was weird going on with my Rhythmic. So I closed it to try to just restart it. I disconnected from Ninja. That doesn't mess up my charts because I use the kinetic data feed. But whenever I closed Rhythmic, it wouldn't open back up for me. So it looks like it went up and hit settlement. Let's see where it goes from here. I really don't like the market today. You know, I had my one LRE loss, one simplicity loss, and now it's kind of just not moving really great for me. Still in this zone. It broke the ice level up here, hit settlement. Now it's making its way down, so not sure if this will be an actual rundown or just kind of a, retest the bottom area. Might kind of do this until the open and then go on wherever it's going to go. We're on the 5th bar of chop on the 50 tick. There it is. Now it's breaking up. I don't want it to hit 447 and close and then continue a run. Let's see here. I'm going to turn these down. Sensitivity on tick chart or tick strike. Just a little bit and see what happens. Simplicity might be setting up for a short here, but again, I mean, there is a nice mini magnet down there in Paul, but not sure if this actually wants to go yet. See, not much is really giving me an indication that it wants to run. pink oh, that's my flux levels. I changed them to pink. So it's basically, you know, like the support and resistance flux levels. I changed them to pink and dotted so I know which ones they are. Those are the only really things I changed though from the I guess default settings is the flux levels. One, two, three, four, sixth bar of chop. Now it's breaking short. So this might be the breakout. If it hits 409, which there's a wall there. I'd like it to hit that before going short or break that. But then we have this mini magnet Paul here. I might be, Nikita. I'd want it to break this wall first, because that's also when a down bar will close on the 50 tick. But I'm looking here, and there's not a lot of room between this and that mini magnet paw on the 30 tick. So, but if it breaks, it may run down a nice ways. Okay, now we might be laying a mini magnet here short. If this bar closes short on the 30 tick. Well, now it's shooting up. Yeah, I'm really not liking this market today. It's zippy and it's indecisive. I don't like that. I might end up, it's already 9:15. I might end up calling it a day with those two trades instead of trying to make some of it back. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, see, when you get great setups and you take a loss, then you know, I mean, not every setup just because it's great is going to win, but the majority of the time it will. And if it doesn't even come close to a winner and it just loses, it's like, all right, something's up here. Might break long. Let's see if it wants to go long, but even if it does, I mean, we're hitting settlement. It's the third try this morning at settlement, the third hit. Yeah, that's not a bad move there to wait until after the open. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it too. It's already 9:17. I don't think this thing's going to do much until after the open. And, you know, with the tech issues that I had and everything, I'm just going to call it. Come back tomorrow. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. I only took one loss on because if you remember, my LRE accounts and my Simplicity accounts are separate. So basically took one loss each, and that's not even bad. One winner doubles that loss tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to call it. It's looking ugly. I hope all of y'all do well, trade well, and be careful if it stays funky after the open. So take care, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.